listening to the Pillaging Podcast, companion podcast to PillagingJustForFun.com, the only Raider fan site made by Raider fans for Raider fans. Tune in every week on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher Radio. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by Creative Media Design Studio. Check them out at creativemediamonterey.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. What's up, Che?
Oh, man, another victory. It feels good to have some back-to-back wins, right?
Right. A lot of people say,
been a while.
Oh, it was just the Giants.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just the Broncos. We don't pick who we play and how good or bad they are.
Right.
So they're
we
W's.
don't. And at this point, we don't really care. A win is a win. We need as many of them as we can get. So it was good to see 2 wins in a row. Like I said, there's some questions about it, but we'll get into that.
I remember a time when the Raiders would play down to the competition every single week.
Yeah.
So I'll take this W right now.
Yep. I'll take it too.
Heck yeah. So what's new for you this week? What's going on?
Oh, man, I've just been trying to fit in as many students as possible. Mm-hmm. We're getting close to the break, So trying to get them in there, trying to see them, make sure that we're on the right track before the semester ends. We want to make sure they're prepared for finals and doing all that good stuff. So
that's good.
That's pretty much it. Other than that, just being daddy.
Yeah.
That's a full-time job.
Yeah, you're like a head coach of life for these people. Well, as you know, as our listeners know, I'm wheels up in about 12 hours.
Oh yeah.
So looking forward to going out to KC, see my boy Gent. We got a full slate of activities. I'm lying. We're going to the game. Nothing else is planned. We got a big black work van we're gonna empty out on Friday. Slap some Raider magnets on there just to let these people know. Meeting up with Kent Snakler, Ghost to the Post, Raider Rockstar from PJ4F.com, and a couple folks from Reddit. Actually, somebody hit me up, asked me if it was cool if them and their mom came to the tailgate, and I was like, hey, if your mom likes to turn up, just come through.
That's dope. Post pictures, man.
Hey, any Raider mom's cool by me, man.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, that's what it is. You ready to get into this thing?
Let's do it, man.
Quick hits.
Let's get it.
Danico Autry is balling out.
He is, man.
Yeah.
He's doing a damn thing.
I think it was Mercury News posted a little story about his upbringing from college all the way to where he is now. Pretty cool story about him climbing fences, disabling security cameras to play basketball after hours. By any means, man. By any means,
hey. You got to do it.
Dude's got big hands.
He does.
My favorite emoji right now, anytime anyone talks about Danico, is the guy with his hands up. Because every time I see Danico, he's got his hands up.
Hey, man, he's knocking down passes all the time. It seems like anytime when he's in there, he gets his hand on at least one pass a game.
I want to know what coach it was that taught him, because that's good coaching. That's all that is. That's discipline every single time.
And if he's playing basketball, it might just be that natural basketball reaction, man. Like if you're playing, especially if you're, power forward, whatever, you can get your hands up, get your hands in the lane and stuff like that. So maybe it's just natural reaction.
Could be.
Yeah.
So a little bit of numbers here, but behind Autry, let's see. Let me dial it up. Over the 15 combined starts in 2015 and 2016, Autry recorded 5.5 sacks and 5 passes deflected. There they are again. In the last 2 weeks, Autry has 3 third down sacks, bringing his season sack total to 4, now ranking 5th among all defensive ends with 5 passes deflected this season.
Yeah, man.
And that's in, he's starting to flash now into this new look Pagano defense. So
he's flashing, but early on in those first couple of games too, he had some that just barely got away from him.
True.
And somebody commented, I don't know, I think there was a post or a report on it, and they were like, he's finally making up for those ones that got away early on in the season.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so it's good, man.
There you go. A little story. So turning point in Autry's development. This is from the Mercury News article. Jones thinks was during the championship game. Jones was his coach. As Arizona Western threatened a comeback with around 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Autry asked to be taken out. They sat on the brink of its first ever title, and he was gassed. He was tired. Jones said, I waved him back in. I said, bullshit. This is for everything. Great players don't get tired right now. Great players don't come out this time of the game. You stay in and you find a way. You know what he did? He made a sack.
There you go.
On that next play.
That's it.
That's the Nico Autry.
That was a good coach too, man, because he did what he needed to do to get him fired up.
Hell of a coach.
Yeah, man.
So Amari Cooper has cleared the concussion protocol.
All right.
Well, that's good news.
Yes, it is.
Still struggling with the ankle injury. He did not practice today. He left the field as the team entered their warm-up and stretching period. He was out there running around a little bit, and then they pulled him off. He's been out there running on the sideline the last 2 days. So we got 1 day of practice left. We got tomorrow. We got Friday. And we'll find out for sure if he's going to go probably tomorrow. Right. I doubt if he doesn't practice that it's going to go to a game-time decision. If he don't practice tomorrow, I'm assuming he's out.
Right.
Is that fair to assume? I
think so. I mean, that's been pretty consistent with us. Yeah.
The Chiefs lose a key defender. And I'm not talking about Peters yet. Well, maybe that's another. Marcus Peters has been suspended by the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know how the team implemented suspension protocol works. Could they repeal that on game day, or is that like he's suspended and once they report that, like he's out? Can they turn that over?
It was a team suspension?
Team suspension. Andy Reid suspended Peters.
I don't know, man. Because
I believe he picked up a flag or he threw a flag.
He chucked it. He chucked it into the stands.
He pulled a Marquette King.
They threw a flag on somebody else, one of the other defenders, and he saw it. He went, picked it up, and chucked it into the stands.
Okay.
And then he walked off. He thought he was actually kicked out of the game.
Right.
And I think they only penalized him, and then he was like all smiles. But interesting that the team decided to punish him.
So he left. He dressed out, and he came back. And Reed's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm out of the game." He's like, "No, you're not."
Right.
Well, now you're out of the game.
Oh.
Out the game.
Well, not you out.
So Chiefs lose a key defender. They've placed linebacker D Ford on injured reserve. Yeah. D Ford's out.
Oh.
Yeah. Not D from Good Times. Or was it? Was it Good Times?
I don't know.
What's happening?
Remember it. Maybe that's what's happening.
It's one of those sitcoms.
I don't remember a D.
If you give me a quarter, I'll play. So he's out. They did sign free agent defensive tackle Justin Hamilton, and that's what it is. So the Slash Brothers are back.
Yes.
Khalil Mack, Bruce Irvin. If you don't know who the Slash Bros are, just log out right now. Throw your phone out the window.
Turn this off now.
Turn it off. Actually, don't. Just listen. You need information.
We'll inform you. We'll educate you. You'll know the next time.
Stay here. Don't turn that dial. So after getting just 14 sacks through the first 10 games of the year, the Raiders' pass rush has exploded for now 8 sacks in the past 2 games. I know the Giants' offensive line sucks, but still. After averaging just 6.2 QB pressures between them under Norton, they have more than doubled their production in the past 2 games, averaging 13 quarterback pressures between them. These pressures have culminated in 2 sacks for Mack and 3 for Irvin. Per PFF, Mack and Irvin were the top 2 edge pass rushers this past week.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Raider Ramble. Shout out to Raider Ramble.
Dope.
So they're back.
They are, man.
We need them back.
We need them, man. And this is what we were talking about when we were going through the struggles. We're like, they're not doing enough to get these guys open, to give them a chance to make plays. And now we're seeing it, man. They're scrambling it up, man. We see Bowman creeping up on the line and then getting back into coverage, and they're switching it up. They're making the quarterback have to guess, basically.
Yeah.
Are they going to really blitz? Are they not going to blitz? And that's confusing the line also. And then they're getting one-on-one matchups, man. And when they get one-on-one matchups, that's a win for us, man.
Continue to load up Mac's side because you need to get him out of those triple teams and those double teams.
Yeah.
So I like it. The pre-snap chaos, commotion, motion, if you will.
Commotion, motion.
I like, the commotion, motion. It's the motion of the commotion
in the ocean.
It's working. It's working.
It is.
And I don't care if it's against lesser talent. NFL talent is NFL talent. I know they're not a great team, but if that pressure was there last week, it was there the week before. I expect it to keep up. It may not look as dangerous. It may not be as severe and as consistent, but it's there.
Right.
And we got into Alex Smith's face when we faced him earlier this year. It only netted in 1 sack, right? Split sack between who was it? Was Bowman? I don't know. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, I think so.
But a split sack for Smith and
Autry, I think.
Yeah.
I think
so.
Autry was in that on that one.
So he needs to keep up this week because we know if we get Alex Smith off his spot, then he reverts back to Alice Smith, just the way we like it.
Alice Smith.
power run game returns. Whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
That's it. Lynch's 51-yard run on Sunday came out of a power run scheme. Some say Downing used the zone blocking scheme to fit Lynch, but there's no need there. While in Seattle, reports are that Lynch used to beg for power blocking plays, and if you look at his best runs, they came out of the power.
Yes.
So far this season, we've run 7 power runs to Lynch, and he's netted 77 yards on those 7 plays. That's 11 yards per carry, folks.
Yeah.
And 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
Actually, I think 2. I think one of those was a goal line touchdown.
Yeah.
Red zone touchdown against Miami.
Yeah, I think so.
I think. So, yeah, we want power, right?
That's what we wanted, man. Let the big boys get nasty and let Lynch do what he does best, hit people in the mouth.
As you guys know, the zone blocking scheme is designed for smaller offensive linemen. You know, guys that can move around, the guys that got the fancy footwork, they stand up, they catch the defender, and they pivot,
right.
and the running back gets to pick his lane. Sure, that works for Lynch. Lynch is a one-cut back. He's a smart back. He can pick that. But in a power, he knows where to go.
Right.
He's a power back.
Right.
Let's do this.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh.
According to Pro Football Focus, Lynch is a beast.
He is a beast.
That's all I want to say about that.
That's it.
Yeah.
Period.
Period. Man, I wish you were coming with me this weekend, dude.
I wish I was coming with you too.
This is crazy. This is surreal. You know, it's weird. I've never been to an away game. I always thought my first away game was probably going to be a Chargers game.
Yeah.
I'm flirting with the idea of going down there at the end of the year if it's on the line, but realistically, I probably just can't do it financially. If they were still in San Diego, I'd have a couch to crash on. There'd be some, you know,
yeah.
The fish tacos would be luring
there
me down
go.
there. Ooh, San Diego. Yeah, I could go out there at Pacific Beach, get my fish taco, get my little Pacifico.
Shout out to PB.
Shout out to PB. Because you're PB and OB. Which one do you prefer?
You know what? We used to go hang out in OB. We actually had friends that had a tattoo shop out there.
Okay.
So we go. They used to have like galleries. They would do like art shows.
Okay.
So we would show up there, drink a little wine,
that's tight.
check out some art.
So if you guys don't know, Chase spent a considerable amount of time down in San Diego.
Tress.
SDSU or
SDSU. Yeah, San Diego State.
Nice. What's the mascot?
The Aztecs.
Aztecs. Hey, you guys are like the burgundy and gold, right?
It's like a dark red.
Red.
It's not burgundy. Yeah,
okay.
It's red, gold, and black. Mostly black though. It's like the gold is trimming.
Okay.
No Niners uniforms.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. It's more like I would say it's like a little bit more like that dirty gold. Like
dirty gold.
Yeah.
Ooh, dirty gold.
It's dirty. Not that shiny, bright.
No
stuff.
Dirty gold, like Sean Smith's grill. You see that? That's a mouthpiece, no?
I think so. I hope
wow,
so.
Man. Sean Smith, you're a wild man.
He's out there playing with no mouthpiece, just as a grilling.
He's out there, that's for sure. But yes, SD's cool. PB's more like a Santa Cruz type vibe, right?
Yeah, it's the area where there's a lot more like clubs and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the beach, I mean, that's where everybody hits up the beach too. So
okay.
it's cool, man.
So maybe I got that switched up. Where's the Sunshine Factory at? That's an OB or PB? Hodad's Sunshine Factory.
I'm not familiar.
Bunch of funky little shops.
It might be an OB.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I got those.
There's some cool stuff. There's some cool spots out in PB too. Like there's some record shops out there. And
oh man, there's a ton of record shops out there.
Hookah spots too. Like hookah and beer spots galore out there too.
So about the record shops. Yeah. Now, if you follow us on IG, you know I'm packed and ready to go. And that consists of one case of 30 Raider Bud Light.
Oh yeah,
and that's it. That's all I need. I'm lying. You just saw my suitcase. It's packed. A bunch of podcasting gear in there and whatnot. But when I went to SD, I've been there a couple times. Always enjoy myself down there. A friend of mine that's down there, Jay, Eagles fan, but supports the Raiders. Actually, I see you, Jay. I see you.
I see you.
I know you got love for the Raiders because you always hitting me up talking good about the Raiders. You're one non-Raider fan in my life that props me up, and I appreciate that. But big time crate digger, big time tastemaker. I went down there. I produced too. Back in the day, I was mostly sample based, and so he was going to show me what's up. We went around. I got the privilege of going crate digging with Omid, who's the legendary producer out down there in SD. Great guy. And show me all the record shops. I bought so much vinyl that when I came back, I had to pay $75 just to get my luggage on the plane. But that thing was heavy. Lots of vinyl. In fact, if you look around the room right now, everything that you see that's in a plastic case, a plastic sleeve, was pretty much copped on that trip. Oh. And there's a lot of it. Funk,
a lot of it.
Hip hop, old school soul, some disco, Stax Records, chess, all that. All that. The labels, man. You got to check the labels. Got to read the labels. Just told you got to read the labels. Tommy ate my mouth. Boy. All right, I think it's about that time, man, for Kane's Corner. We got to get this dude on the phone.
Yeah. Let's get him on the phone, man.
So let's call him up. He doesn't even know I'm calling right now. Let's see what's up.
Catch him off guard.
That's the way you got to do it.
You always got to be ready. Always got to be ready.
Head on a swivel.
Ref, look out.
Yeah. So we're gonna go straight live to Kane.
Hello?
Hey.
What's up, Kane?
Hey, what's up?
What's up? We're live. We're going straight into it. You ready?
Yeah.
You're always ready. Kane's always ready. That was a stupid question. There's never been no time of day where I hit up Kane and he's not ready to talk Raiders football.
That's it, man.
Hey, let's do this, man.
What's that noise? I think, are you in a haunted house right now?
No, I'm at work. You know, I work at the school district, so I'm inside a classroom right now.
That's right. All three of us put it down at the school.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
We're raising the future of the Raiders right now.
There you go.
We love the kids, man. We love the kids.
we love the kids.
Like Trick Daddy says, for the kids.
Like Martin said,
Trick love the kids.
So this is Kane's Corner, brought to you every week by NFLShop.com. Click through PJ4F.com and hit the banner so we get a little bit of something to keep this pirate ship out there for all of y'all. Kane, man, let's talk a little bit about this Giants game. I know it's the scent of the Giants game is worn off, the newness of the win, but it's a W regardless, and we got to talk about it. Do you have an MVP for this Giants game? There was a lot to pick from, I feel like, this week. But I'm interested to know, who was your MVP?
I'm gonna say Marshawn Lynch, man. He gave us that long touchdown run. We've been looking for Marshawn to shine for us, and he's coming along, man. I guess he's just finally picking up the offense, but I'm gonna say Marshawn Lynch is my MVP player this week.
Marshawn Lynch,
you the real MVP.
You the real MVP. And I agree, that was a tone setter, that run. We were just talking about how that came off a power blocking scheme. And I'll just lay the stat again. Seven power runs this season, net 77 yards, 11 yards per carry. You know, one of them being that 51-yard run. So that skews the stats a little bit, but it shows you it works. Because if you look at the pull block on that run, it was a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
I mean, he just gashed him, man.
Well, not only that, but KO pulls around, he gets his block, and then the safety is coming outside of that and gets washed out by the block. Oh. So there was nothing but green grass in front of him, man. Yeah. It was beautiful.
It was a beautiful thing.
It was a beautiful thing.
And thank God for the New York Giants just playing way, way up on that play because there was nobody back there. So I like you, man. I liked Lynch. The receiving corps, they did what they had to do. Downing and arguably Tice did what they had to do to scheme around that. I like some of those plays. You know, people were really high on the play calling in that game. There's a lot of trick plays, some gadget plays, some bubble screens, some quick outs. But I will say this, fan base, you are the same people that when that quick out to Patterson goes for only 2 yards out of bounds, you're harping on Downing. Why are you calling these plays?
Right.
You know, so I just want to remind you, and I'm not letting Todd off the hook, but players have to execute when it comes to the play call.
Definitely.
And, of course, timing and the mix and all that plays into it as well. But they knew we didn't have Coop. We didn't have Crabtree. The Giants' defense is no slouch. That's not their big problem.
Right.
It's not winning games for them. It's not the Jaguars' defense, who, by the way, is averaging 14.2 points per game this season.
Wow.
That's a defense averaging 2 touchdowns a game.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So, you know, it worked. So, anyways, not to get off topic, I apologize. Who are we backing the truck up for this week, Kane?
Jalen Richard, baby.
Yep.
Jalen Richard. Ford put the ball on the ground 4 times, man. But he was only credited with 3, but he put the ball down 4 times, man. So, Jalen Richard, you going in the trash this week, buddy.
Jump in the truck, Jalen. It's time to go. But you know what? Did you guys see the advice that Marshawn gave? What did Marshawn tell Richard, Che?
Oh, don't quote me, but something along the lines is like,
2 words. He told him 2 words.
fuck it.
Yeah. He said, fuck it. You know what?
That reminds me of the Dave Chappelle skit, man, with Charlie Murphy when they're doing the Sesame Street.
Oh, yeah. So, you know, that there's no better advice than that. You have to have a short memory. And we've seen Richard do better than this. I mean, last year, I don't think he put the ball on the ground once last year, right?
No, not that I remember.
I don't think so.
No, right?
I don't think so, no.
And Kane, would you say he was arguably getting more touches last year than he has this year, correct?
He was more a part of the offense last year than this year. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I absolutely agree he deserves to be in the truck. Let's just cross our fingers and hope this game was an oddity, an anomaly, and we get back to Raider business.
Well,
this weekend.
he had an explanation for it, which I don't know if I'm buying it, but hopefully that's the truth, and he's able to correct it. But he says he's so confident in his hands. He knows he has great hands that sometimes you just forget to do the little things. You look it off and just you just figure I'm gonna catch this.
Yeah,
it's no big deal.
I think he went on to say too he's kind of been overthinking things, trying to do a little bit too much. Maybe he's got that quick. Somebody mentioned rabbit-like reflexes, and he needs to trust that instinct and just go, because that's when he's at his best. He's a home run hitter. He's got the speed.
He's got to hit the hole, man. He's got to go, go. Because he sits there. Sometimes you see him like trying to do too many moves.
Yeah,
hopping back and forth. Just make one move and go.
Yeah,
because he's got that speed, man.
The last thing we need is another David Dunn on this roster. Feel me?
Oh man, goodness, yeah, real.
So Tim Brown ain't walking through that door. I was actually watching somebody.
No, go ahead.
I was watching on IG. Somebody posted a video. It was a throwback. I think it was like, it was like 2001.
Punt return versus Chiefs.
Yeah,
Timmy Brown.
So David Dunn gets benched as a returner. Right, too many drops. Gruden goes on the press conference, and they're asking him, "This coach, will Tim Brown be restricted in his role as a returner?" And Gruden says something like, "Absolutely, he'll be restricted in his role. He's back there basically in more words than this, but to fair catch."
Right.
So Tim Brown, first punt, 8-yard line, got to fair catch that.
Yeah.
Can't trust that's going to bounce. Fair catch at the 8, shakes his head. Damn. Second one, fair catch, like 10-yard line. Again, damn. Third one, fair catch, but I think there's a penalty to redo the punt. Tim Brown goes to the house.
Yeah.
35 years old.
Yeah.
Well, he's not walking through that door.
But good times, man.
Good times, man. Memories, memory lane.
Right down memory lane.
A lot of folks want to see Patterson on the punt return, and I'm interested. But does Patterson have game breaker speed? What do you guys think? Is he game breaker speed, or is he just a tough athletic dude?
Absolutely, he got game breaking speed.
So why is he not returning punts?
Because I think returning punts is an art form that's only for somebody. I don't think it's different. It's one of those things where you always have. Yeah, it's one of those things where you always got. I've never seen the kick returner and the punt returner play the same position.
Right.
When Napoleon Kaufman was returning kicks, he wasn't returning punts.
Right.
That's true.
When Tim Brown was returning punts, he wasn't. When Tim Brown was returning punts, he wasn't returning kickoffs.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I just feel like that's one of those things where I think generally it's a different player for that position. I don't know why, but it just is.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with the pressure, right? I mean, there's a little bit more pressure on a punt, and then being aware of your surroundings. On a kickoff, you don't necessarily need to be aware. You're either in the end zone or you're catching it at the 1 and you're going. With a punt, if you're around the 5, you gotta decide whether you're gonna let that try to bounce into the end zone, fair catch it, or catch it and make a move. I think there's a little bit more pressure with the punt return.
And then also it's a different method of kick. The punt is dealt with hang time and air and boom, high, so it gets hang time. The kickoff is more a drive. It's more of a drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a kickoff is the ball's trajectory is different from a punt's trajectory.
Yeah, and the movement too.
Yeah, the ball movement as well. Yeah. So But you know what? Let's try him. If he can catch punts, I don't know. I mean, he barely can catch passes. So, you know.
Hey, yeah, that one-handed grab, though, man. Yeah, that one-handed grab, though.
You sure you want him back there catching punts? I mean.
Well, if you put it that way. I fully expect Rashard to be back there this weekend. He's got to shake it off. The coaching staff's got to show him some confidence. So I would imagine he's going to be back there this weekend.
But, hey, man, cover the ball up, man. When you get in traffic, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're running the ball, if you're returning a punt return, if it's a kickoff return. Cover the ball up when you're running into traffic. Don't be having the ball in one hand all lollygagging and stuff. That's the one thing that really bugs me when I see the players. They start to run into multiple defenders and they still have the ball out in one hand. Like, put two hands on it.
What's up, Seth Roberts?
Yeah, man.
What's up?
Hey, you know what? Is it me or has he disappeared since that game, that New England game? I haven't really seen much from him.
No, I think he had one catch.
He had one catch
against
I'm
the
going
Giants.
over it.
Yeah, it was a good catch. It was actually a solid catch that he had. But go ahead. Yeah, what were you saying?
You would have thought he had more playing time. You know, it would have more targets, being that you don't have Crabtree and Cooper, and that's your number 3 receiver, unless he was getting double teamed all game, which that could be possible because at this point he's probably the best receiver that was out there on the field at that time.
Yeah, it could be that.
But he hasn't. He hasn't done much since New England, though.
It definitely wasn't the coaching staff writing him out of the game plan. Like you said in that scenario, you're trying to get everybody involved, which Carr did a great job in. It's either he was getting double teamed or Carr lost some confidence in him. You know.
Well, let me just say this. I'm looking at the stats right now.
Okay.
And he did get 6 targets and he had 5 catches.
Oh, he did in that game. 5 catches.
But the fact that we only remember one lets you know how effective those receptions were. Yeah. He averaged 9.2 yards per reception.
My bad. Way to be on that.
Yeah.
Fact checking over here.
Fact checking over here.
Yeah, right on. Hey, good looking out, man. Yeah, good looking out. We missed that because I watched the game twice and he didn't
stand out, man. He didn't stand out.
He had much of an impact. Yeah.
So let's move on. We're going to break down the Giants game, but I think we're doing a pretty good job of it. We talked about it a little bit before you came on, and you know that's what there is to be said. I mean, defense got on track, took advantage of a poor offensive line, and Carr and his coaching staff involved every single weapon that we had, and that's what we'd like to see. I want to see that regardless of Cooper and Crabtree being out. I mean, spread the ball around.
Right.
So let's move on to KC. Let's give our keys to the game. We'll go round robin style. Let's everybody give one key, and we'll just keep going around until we run out of breath. Kane, you want to kick us off? What's one key to beating the Kansas City Chiefs this week? What do we need to do to tame the beast in Arrowhead?
In order to beat them on defense or offense, you just want a key to the game?
Yeah, just give me one key, and we'll keep going around. We'll keep going around.
Okay. Well, one, you need to keep Travis Kelce in check.
Yep.
So, question, because earlier in the season we had Bruce Irvin on Kelce, and now the last couple of weeks, and this could change. We can go back to what worked, but we're seeing Bruce Irvin getting more involved in the pass rush game. And so, does this duty now fall on Nicholas Morrow? And if it does, how do you feel about that, Kane?
I think this duty will go right back to Bruce Irvin. I think we'll chip him at the line like we did when he was in Oakland, slow him down a little bit at the line, and then let Morrow pick him up in coverage after we, disrupted his movement at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Well, chip him.
Yeah, that's
chip him and pass him off to the zone. I like that.
I like that too, man, because you can't let that guy get free releases, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta hit him. You gotta be physical with him and wear him down throughout the game.
I think he had like 25 yards in that game.
Yeah, frustrate him, man. If you're putting him on the floor, he don't like that.
And he's a dude that gets frustrated.
Yeah,
Kelce is. He's the Phillip Rivers of tight ends.
He's a head case. He gets flags thrown on him all the time for talking mess to the refs. Yeah. So if you can do that, get him frustrated, who knows? Maybe gets himself kicked out of the game.
Yeah,
that'd
be wild.
Exactly.
So, Che, what do you got? Give me a key. Ching.
I mean, I feel like our keys are usually the same, but it's because it's the weaknesses to our defense, right? But you know what? I think the key to the game is continue to do what everybody's been doing to Alex Smith, which is play the zone.
Yeah.
Which is what we did.
Cover 2 zone.
Yeah. Play that zone, and let's try to get to him a little bit more this time around. And I think there's no reason why we shouldn't do that, considering the success that Mack, Irvin, Autry, and company have had the past couple of weeks.
Yeah. I think pressuring Alex Smith is genuinely the key to this game. He's really what they have. Him and Tyreek Hill. I mean, I know Hunt can hurt you, but I feel really good about our run defense at this point.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to take care of business.
Hey
there.
man, run defense. We've been shutting it down.
I
know we haven't gone up against stellar running backs the last couple of weeks, but if you look at what the Giants did, they didn't do much, and Denver couldn't run the ball on us for nothing.
And C.J. Anderson, I know he's struggling as of late, but he's a guy that can hurt you, and he's a big dude. He's a guy that can hurt you regardless.
Navarro Bowman is a big part of the run defense.
Go. Yep.
He's a tackling machine.
Huge, man. He's been huge. Our defense has changed a lot against the run since he's been with us.
What did he join us in weeks?
And then Kareem
against the Chiefs.
Hunt has hit a wall too. You know what I mean? Kareem Hunt has hit a wall. So I'm not really worried about KC's game. It ain't been doing too much in the last couple of weeks. They've been relying on Alex Smith and his passing game. So, like I said, that's my one key. I don't want to move forward until you move forward. But, yeah, shut down Kelsey. You got to start there.
So shut down Kelsey. You're saying pressure Alex Smith. Khalil Mack versus Eric Fisher. Mack got the best of him in the last game. I expect him to do the same.
There you go.
I'm going to say this. What we've seen lately is a resurgence of this offensive line. And KC has a key player that was not there in Week 7 when we played them before.
Right.
So this offensive line needs to keep doing what it's been doing. And I was going to say run the ball, but and I was going to say, Carr needs to show poise. But what it comes down to, I could take those two keys away and just tell you the offensive line. When the offensive line is doing work, those other two things fall right into line. It doesn't matter if it's Lynch, Washington, Rashard, Carr to Cooper or no Cooper. If he's got time to pass, Carr's going to pick you apart.
Yep.
I feel confident about that. The offensive line needs to step up and take away this Kansas City pass rush because it's going to be a whole different ball game this time around.
Yeah.
Houston's back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So my key to the game is the offensive line. Needs to put in work. So that's what I got. Let's go back around. You guys got another one? Let's go back around. Kane, you got another key?
Yeah, Derek Carr has not won a game in Kansas City.
There you go. Derek
Carr needs to have play a good, complete game in Kansas. If he wants to get a win, he's going to have to come out and Derek Carr's going to have a good game, a really good game. He's going to revert back to prior Derek Carr, and we're going to have to see that Derek Carr Sunday. Definitely.
We lost you a little bit there, but I think the gist of it was Derek Carr's got to come out and show some poise.
Yeah.
The good thing is he doesn't have a broken finger. It's not going to be 10 degrees, and it's not a night game. So those are three things that have worked against Carr last year. So I feel good.
So W, right?
A W. That's what we need. That was on our checklist when the season started. Is Derek Carr needs to win in Kansas City, and we need to sweep the Chiefs. You said we were going to sweep the Chiefs.
That's what I said.
You said that.
I said that. I said a lot of things, and some of those haven't been.
You said a lot of things, man. A lot of things.
I said a lot of things, but I hope that's one of the ones that stays.
You said we were going to go 13-3.
I did.
There's still time.
Add another season. Add another season.
They're not gonna take L's off the board. So let's go back to you.
Yeah,
you got another key.
Well, I think Kane started to touch on it. Even though Hunt has kind of disappeared the last few weeks, we don't want him to reappear against us.
No.
So Bowman and company, keep on doing what you've been doing. Shut down that run. I want to see Hunt with 30 yards max.
Wow.
Well, Darkwell had 32.
Okay.
And C.J. Anderson had less than that. Remember, he didn't even lead the team. Remember,
No.
Paxton Lynch led the team in rushing yards.
Yeah.
So if we continue to do what we've been doing against the run, make the team one-dimensional, make Alex Smith have to beat us, and we're playing that zone, which he's having trouble deciphering, then I like it.
Facts.
I like it.
Big facts.
Facts.
My last key to this game, unless you guys got more, I'll let you. I'm not holding you back. I'm not Jack Del Rio. Okay, I'm gonna let you do what you're best at. All right. This is a true democracy. Okay, win the turnover battle.
Oh yeah.
And I mean that's an obvious trope. You can say that about any NFL game, but I've noticed when the Raiders play the Chiefs, it's always turnovers and it's always some bizarre turnover.
Yep.
Thursday Night Football, tip pass. Could have been a turnover going our direction.
Right.
Nope, ends up in a touchdown.
Yeah.
Right? It's always some weird stuff that happens. The ball bounces in a strange way when we play Kansas City Chiefs, and it needs to bounce our direction. We win the turnover battle this week. We get another interception this week. I said it.
Yeah.
Luwani with an interception this week. Man, that would be sweet. I really feel like that's the key to the game. And yes, again, like I said, it's an obvious trope. You can say that about every NFL game, but we're way behind on our turnover ratio this year. We talked about the stat a couple weeks ago, drive starting on a short field last year compared to this year. It's not even close, and we need to start making up some ground there. We're not going to catch up to where we were last year, probably not going to catch up to that. But we need to narrow the gap a little bit, and it starts this week, especially on the road. Turnovers are huge. Cold weather game, I don't know. It's going to be 56 degrees and sunny. 56 degrees and sunny out here maybe feels different than out there. I'm going to be prepared, man. I got gloves. I'm going to be prepared. I'm just saying.
Layers.
But win the turnover battle in Arrowhead Stadium this week and secure the W.
That's it, man.
Right?
That's it.
So where are you going to be watching the game from this week, Kane?
At home.
Yeah.
My living room couch. Yeah, I'm not doing nothing special. When you get out of here?
I leave tomorrow, man. Wheels up at 9 a.m. So I'll be flying out of Oakland Airport, which means I got to leave my house mighty early. I found a good, nice, cheap flight, but it's a Friday, which means it's a work day. So it means I'm going to be battling commute traffic through every borough out here in the Bay.
Yeah.
So I'm about to hit San Jose. I'm about to hit Fremont. I'm going to go through Milpitas, Hayward, San Leandro.
If you take it, I think if you're taking 880, you might not. That's the opposite way of traffic.
You think 880 is going to be good?
Until you get to like Oakland, San Leandro.
Okay.
Yeah, because all the other traffic is going towards Fremont and Silicon Valley as you come this way from where you live at.
That's true. That's true.
680. And once you get
680 is all bad, yeah. So I'm going to go 101, 880, exit 98. You already know where I'm at. I'm going to be right there.
There you go.
By the way, those of you that drive into Oakland Raider games, if you don't have a parking lot pass, or even if you do, my little hack, don't get off on Hagenberger. Get off on 98.
Wait, you're going to give it away?
I'm going to give it. Should I do this?
Well, how are we going to park, man?
True. Never mind. You got to figure it out on your own.
No, give them the heads up, man.
All right. Get off on 98th. Hang a right. You want to go all the way down, take a left by the shipyards, and go up the back way. You'll see the BART tracks. Just follow those all the way down. You got the little Cuddy's parking lots right there. You got the BART parking lot right there. You got steps. You're straight in the stadium in like 5 minutes from your car. They got tailgates going on out there too. So, do yourself a favor. Don't wait till you get to Hagenberger. It's backed up like wild right there. And what's the exit after that? 66th? You don't bother with that either, right? Don't bother with that. Get off on 98th, hang a right, go down to the shipyards, smooth sailing. Not only that, when you get out, you're gonna hang a right, go all the way back down to 98th, hang another right, and you'll be way ahead of the traffic, and you'll be out that. So that's the pro way to do it.
There you go.
That's the pro maneuver right there.
That's years of
experience. Your boy. I'm coming from a whole other direction.
That's true.
So I mean, but if you coming from my way, you take 24 to 13 to 580, and you get off on Edwards Avenue and take Edwards Avenue 3rd and go all the way down 73rd. You ain't got no traffic at all. You go all the way down 73rd till it turn into Hagenberger and turn right there by the Coliseum bar station, right there on Harris.
I've been down that way before. That is smooth sailing down it's a longer. You're going to be on city streets longer, but it's empty out there.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I grew up, man. So yeah, that's where I grew up. You pass it right by Kansas 73rd.
Whoa, that was tricky.
Right there in 10 minutes.
So that's it. For all the North Side Raider fans, South Side Raider fans, we just gave you a couple of nice life hacks. You got a couple more years to use those. Yeah, man. So that's good. We're going to get this W this week. This is the first of our 4-game playoff stretch to get into the postseason.
That's it, man.
Right?
That's it.
Hey, so let me ask you and Che a question.
Yeah.
Give me your because I'm interested to know, because a lot of people I've been seeing it on ESPN, I've been seeing it on Good Morning Football and all these different shows. I don't even know if I can say the name of their shows on this radio show, but anyway, Give me your predictions for the last 4 games. I think I'll start off. I think we're gonna go 3-1, and I think the one loss we'll have will be the one that we can lose, and that's the Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know what? This sounds strange, but I feel like we have a shot to beat Philadelphia for some reason. Ask me again when we get closer to that week, but I don't know. I saw some things in that Seattle game that I feel like we can pull off against Philadelphia, but 3-1's my gut feeling too. The only 2 games I really care about are the Chargers and the Chiefs. We'll see, but I got a feeling about the LA Chargers. I know they're a good team. I know they have less injuries this year than they have in the past, but I always count on them to kind of choke it out down the stretch. So I feel like the team that they are right now, and they struggled against the Cleveland Browns team, and I know it's the Browns.
Cleveland Browns got a good defense.
They got a good
Cleveland
defense.
Browns got a good defense. They got a good defense.
And Deshaun Kaiser's flashed at times this year. He really has. He's actually been up there in the quarterback rating certain weeks, other weeks not. He's young, so he's going to waver. But I feel like we're going to go 3-1 too. The game that I'm real iffy about still is the Cowboys. But where I feel good about it is they're coming to our house.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're without Zeke. You've seen, man, Dak's not the dude. He's a good quarterback, but he's not going to put the whole team on his back.
Well, I think the bigger thing is having Smith, the left tackle, be injured.
Oh,
right?
that's right.
That's been the bigger problem for them, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's affected them a lot.
Yeah.
Because that's that blind side.
Absolutely. I agree.
So he's not only having to make up for what Zeke isn't producing, but now he's got to always be watching his back because that left side isn't secure like it was.
That's a bad combination.
And he's getting, if you notice, he's getting happy feet too. Have y'all watched the last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not standing back there in that pocket like he was when he could do that play action.
Yeah.
See, they lost the play action with Zeke. But like you said, Kenny, we'll get to that when the game comes. But
Yeah.
They having troubles, and Philly might be on their way into the playoffs, and they might be resting people. And I just don't see, if it's snowing, I just don't see Derek Carr.
Yeah.
He's not a mutter. I like to say a mutter, somebody who plays in the wet, the wet, the cold. He hasn't shown that he can do, or at least he hasn't shown me that.
Yeah,
he can do it. And,
you're right. And he hasn't had a lot of experience there. I mean, he went to Fresno State. He wasn't playing in a lot of cold weather games out there with the Bulldogs. So, yeah, that's fair to say, man. And from what we've seen in the NFL, that's absolutely accurate. I mean, that's if you're a fan of somebody, if you watch them, then you're going to critique them. I mean, none of these guys are flawless, and that's completely accurate. We can't rely on Carr in these ugly cold weather games. So,
but that's why we got Lynch, and that's why we like what we see, what we're getting from him now. Yeah. Right? Because in those kind of dirty, sloppy games, you need to have a running game.
Yeah.
So if Lynch can keep on firing off runs like he has in the last few weeks, then I think we got a chance to win that game, especially if they've already locked up the spot.
That's true.
That's the other thing we got to take into consideration. If when we meet them, they already feel like, well, we're good, we don't need to get anybody injured, we might get a pass. So I'm going to jump out on a limb.
What's up, Mr. 13-3?
I'm going to jump out on a limb. All right? I'm going to jump out on a limb. I'm going to say we go 4-0. 4-0. I've been taking risk and being wrong. I don't care. I'm going to go 4-0.
Hey, Stone Cold. Left pipeline. Yeah.
Just so you know, my faith never disappears, man.
Lay your money down. Chase got your NFL picks. Lay your money down.
You too far.
Hey, I either get rich or I go broke, man. Let's go, man.
He's out here gambling, folks. When he hits, he hits. When he misses, he misses. That's Che. Hot take. Hot. Blue 80.
4-0, huh? Woo! So we got this on tape. 3-1, 3-1, and 4-0. Huh?
Let's do it.
And you know what?
Kenny, you say Dallas, we're going to lose to Dallas, and I say we're going to lose to Philly. Chiefs say we're going to beat them all. That's where we going, right?
I think we beat Dallas. I'm with you, lockstep. I think we probably do lose that Philadelphia game. But I have a question now for you guys.
Yep.
What happens if we lose both those 2 NFC games? We end up 2-2 down the stretch. We beat LA. We beat Kansas City. We lose to Dallas. We lose to Philly. Do we get into the playoffs? Can we win the division going 2-2 down the stretch? I know it depends on what everyone else does, but just gut feeling, is that going to be good enough?
Okay, who you want to Who you asking first?
I'm asking you. I'll ask you. You're on the line right now. How do you feel about that?
Okay. All right. That was a good question. If we beat the Chiefs and we beat the Chargers and we lose to Dallas and Philly, we're counting on the Chiefs beating the Chargers in that game they played week 15, week 16. They play each other.
Yeah.
So if we beat the Chiefs, then we need the Chiefs to turn around and beat the Chargers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because then if we beat the Chargers, then we got the tiebreaker because we beat the Chiefs twice.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then we'll win a division. If the Chiefs beat the Chargers and we go 2-2, and the Chiefs beat the Chargers, and then we turn around and beat the Chargers, then that ties us up, and then it's going to go for that's going to give us all an 8-8 record, and the Chargers will be the one to win the division.
That's crazy.
Well, that's saying that the Chiefs and the Chargers don't blow it on another game, right? Like, so.
Well, I'm just going off of what Kenny said.
No, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
No,
I'm glad I asked you, King, because that stuff makes my head spin, bro. You got it figured out, bro. That stuff makes my head spin. And that's what it is. And if you want more about playoff projections and what our chances are, make sure you check out pj4f.com every week. Our boy Tuck Rule Fool on there. He does the playoff pontificator every single week. It got up a little bit late this week because our boy came out. He flew out here and he actually got to see a home game. Thank God.
Yeah.
And so I know he has some time to get back and recover. But that article's up now. So by the time you're listening to this, it'll be the post before. But the playoff pontificator, make sure you check it out because that dude is scientific. His maths are on point. I think he's like a professor, rocket scientist in real life. But he's got the percentages down. And I know. I mean, we could sit here and say, hey, we got to win out or we got to go 3-1 and we're in. Yes, I know, but it's still interesting to look at the numbers and the breakdown. The guy's really putting in work. This isn't your typical playoff scenario breakdown. It is detailed. You've checked those out, right?
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it, man.
So, yeah,
It's
man.
good stuff.
So 3-1 versus 4-0.
Ooh, that's gonna be close, man. I mean, if we go 4-0, I love you, Che. I swear, man, that was a good prediction, brother. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't see us winning in Philadelphia unless it's not snowing.
I feel you.
Yeah. That's going to be a cool one. So that's Christmas night, folks, and hopefully it's a little bit different than the nightmare before Christmas that we had last year.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're calling the game now. So we need a little something. The football gods are doing everything they can to help us out right now. With the Eli Manning benching, not that would have made more of a difference. I think actually Eli gets sacked probably 3 more times in that game. We had Smith running for his life. We got Peters getting benched. We got D Ford is on IR. I mean, not that that's a good thing for Ford, but I mean, hey, we'll take what we can get. And if Philly rests their players and yada yada yada, I mean, it's just things are lining up for us. So, and we can't rely on Philly. I think it's the second to last game in the season, so that would be something. And I know they got the Saints. The Falcons, the NFC is very competitive right now. In fact, the Saints-Falcons game, the Falcons pulled that game out 20-17. Despite Matty Ryan getting picked off, I think 3 or 4 times in that tilt. So, anyways, I would really like to see that. We can't count on it. We got to go in there and be ready to beat whatever team that the NFL throws at us. But the NFL gods have been doing us a lot of favors, and let's just pray that they keep it up. And if they don't, well, we're the Raiders, and like Khalil Mack says, by any means.
There you go.
By any means.
There you go.
Okay,
Does
man.
2-2 get us in the playoffs?
No. I don't think it does, right? Right?
I don't know. That's tough, man.
Like,
It's tough.
Like you said, it's
If
a
we
lot
win the
it's a lot
division
of
with 2
high-
and 2, yeah.
What was that, King?
I mean, well, it's going to come down to a lot of who won, who beat this team. Like, I'm just standing here, and I know you got to get out of here. I'm going to let you go, but
All good.
who beat the Ravens? We lost to the Ravens. We lost to the Chargers. We lost that stretch of games.
Yeah.
Did the Chargers? It's going to come down to did the Chargers beat the Redskins? Head to head, it's going to come down to too much. We just don't want to get into that.
Right.
So you want to go out and set your own destiny. So 3-1 or 4-0, 2-2. I see you. We need some help. And 1-3, I'll see you in the draft.
Yeah.
Yep.
And speaking of the Redskins, everybody's big Redskins fan this weekend because the Chargers do play the Redskins. And the Ravens actually beat the Chargers earlier this year. Actually, no, I'm looking at – why is NFL.com giving me stats from 2015? Chargers didn't play the Ravens this year.
Juke us, man.
Yeah, I see you, NFLshop.com, NFL.com. Sorry, don't want to piss off my affiliate sponsor. Yeah. So, I think the way you broke it down mathematically basically tells us that 2-2 ain't going to get us in. I mean, the football gods have been smiling on us. They ain't going to do us that many favors. And then next week, the Chiefs and Chargers do play against each other. So that's going to be a tough one to watch. I'll be grinding my teeth all afternoon for sure. If I could, I will pack both of you in my suitcase and take you with me this weekend, but I can't. And so I know the plan next year tentatively is we're all going to head out to Denver for that Broncos game. So Che, you're formally invited to that. Kane, myself, Mike, 303 Raider, Dutch, a few others. We're all kind of just talking about it right now. Mm-hmm. We don't know when that game is, what day it's going to fall on. I got a feeling that's going to be a Monday Night Football game. But yeah, we'll be making our pillaging debut out there in Mile High Stadium. So I'll be
going down.
It's going down. It's going
down in the Colorado Rockies, baby. Raider Nation.
Cheer. We're out there. So man, anyways, we're gonna get out of here to the break, and we'll catch you guys on the other side. We out here.
Peace.
What's going on there, pillaging fine folk? It's your buddy JFB, and the place to be in 2017. And that place to be is optimism. And we got optimism for calendar year 2017. I'm going to tell you why. See, this team last year, our beloved Oakland Raiders, 2016, were nowhere near as good as that record was. We got some smoke and mirrors. We made it happen. They've got the win. They earned it. They got them W's. But winning football games in the NFL post-Thanksgiving is not quite like winning them in Jacksonville in September. So we weren't ready for that, and I really think this team is moving forward this year. And Pete Game, most of the time, teams in sports, young teams like the Raiders were last year, that are a year ahead of schedule, oftentimes have a fallback. They fall back, right? But see, this is the NFL. And baseball and basketball, that fallback could be a year, 2 years, shit, even 3 years sometimes. But in the NFL, it's dog years, man. It'd be like 2 months. 2 months was our fallback, our oblique. We need to get our act together. And I think we hit that. I think we hit that when we fired Ken Norton's bum behind. We did that. And I think these guys are poised to move forward, man. And, two things. One, I love the blog. But when the blog's in unison, once everything's in unison, coaching sucks. This season sucks. This team sucks. Nothing to root for. That's when I take the contrarian side, and that's when I say, y'all are going to be wrong. I'm going to be right. We are going to go run the table. There's others saying it, so I ain't the only one. We're running the table. Frisky's has been on it. We're running the table. We're going 10-6. Look, if everyone is saying everything and everyone's in agreement, go against that. If you hear commercials, everyone telling you need to buy this investment, you need to buy this because it's up so much, you're late. You already blew it. You show up to the party, it's already cracking. You show up late, nobody knows you showed up, you missed the party. Y'all hate Todd Downing, y'all hate the coaching staff, y'all hate everybody. Now everyone's just forming in line. You're late to the party. And we got Marshawn Lynch. And listen, I am no fan of the completely 100% canned stage carnival act that is beast mode this day and age. However, this dude is meant to run the ball in December and January in the NFL. That's what this dude was put on this earth to do. And he's going to do it. He's going to be running through, what's face in the postseason when we go 10-6. And our beloved owner, Mark Davis, brings a home playoff game for the Oakland Raiders in the beginning of calendar year 2018. Let's make it happen, Raiders.
Kenny Chase, 303 Raider, what's up? Big game this weekend. This is the biggest game in the Derek Carr era, in my opinion. The biggest game. So I think, bottom line, over the next 4 games, we go 3-1, get to 9-7, win the division. How we beat Kansas City? Complimentary football. The way that we've played the last 2 weeks. And I know the pessimists will say we played probably 2 of the top 4 worst teams, quarterbacks, offenses, but, I don't really care. You still got to go out and play the game. So complimentary football means being able to run the ball, time of possession, grinding it with beast mode, and the midgets. The defense, taking the ball away. What do we have? 9 sacks over the last 2 games. How many turnovers? Strip sack fumbles. Ever since Pagano's come in, you've seen Irvin and Mac respond. And this is Mac's time. No one has more sacks in December over the last 3 years than Khalil Mack. And then, of course, Derek Carr, hasn't been as sharp as you like him to be, but of course, the drops haven't helped. But this last week, again, ball security issues with Holton. Love getting Patterson the ball more. So the bottom line is going to Kansas City, play complimentary football, keep the Kansas City offense off the field, get a timely turnover, put 30 on these guys. I mean, they're reeling. I mean, I truly believe we win this game. We're gonna be going to Los Angeles at 9-6 and have everything in front of us. What a crazy year. So anyways, let's go Raiders. Beat Kansas City in Kansas City. It'll be Derek Carr's first win in Kansas City. And let's finish out the year strong.
And we're back. You hear that crinkling? Chase munching on some Skittles over here. He's about to go beast mode.
Going beast mode over here, man.
He's gonna lay a shoulder on me.
You know what? There.
Let's see.
I got big shoulders, man.
It's a sound of concern in my voice. I know you have big shoulders. I try to D you up in basketball. Key word is try. You got a back down game like nobody in the rec. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid turnaround jumper, I gotta say.
Hey. Hook shot.
Got that Mamba mentality out there, Che. During the break, we were talking about the flight. I got to be up early tomorrow. I got to leave the house like no later than 5 o'clock in the morning. It's 9 o'clock right now Pacific time, and I'm not tired. I'm showing no signs of slowing down. Speaking of beast mode, no signs of slowing down right now. At this point in the season, I don't know how I'm going to get to sleep. And I was saying how I hate flying. It's cramped. When you had mentioned carry-ons, I try not to bring carry-on for this reason. Every time I get on the plane, because I can't afford that priority boarding. I just can't afford it.
Yeah.
I'm blue collar out here, and I got the carry-on. Every time I get on the plane, the overheads are full. I got to go to the back, put the carry-on, walk back to the front, sit between 2 350-pounders. One of them didn't take a shower, and the other one's eating an onion sandwich.
Liver and onion
sandwich with spicy mustard. And then the plane lands. And trying to get up, I'm squished.
And it's just a free-for-all. Everybody wants to get out.
It's a free-for-all.
All at once.
Everyone's pushing you off the plane. I'm like, my baggage is back. Everyone's like, get out the way. Everyone's beast mode trying to get through the line. Everyone's power blocking. There's guards pulling. I can't get back to the plane. And I'm just like, you know what? That backpacking ain't worth it. I got my book.
I'm leaving it. I'm
leaving it, man. I'm leaving it. Maybe it's there when I come back.
Sacrificial. It's a sacrificial lamb.
So I got all my podcasting gear in the suitcase. So my backpack is going to be light. I'm bringing a book. I'm trying to get through the Dark Tower series so I can see the movie before it exits theaters. Too late. I heard the movie was trash anyways, but it's a great series. I'm reading book 3. I got my book. I got my phone. I got a pair of headphones. And I got my laptop. So the laptop's probably going to be with me on my lap too. So if I got to leave, I'm going to try to put the backpack under the seat in front of me. I think, is that a sound strategy?
I mean, it's something. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think for, well, I don't know.
Southwest can suck it, bro. It's going under the seat.
I think you could put it underneath, but they have you put it like in front of your feet.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you got that stuff, I think you'd be cool. You can slip it on top of your feet even. You know what I mean? You just slip your feet underneath it.
So I
be all right.
I take off at 9. I land at 5. I got like a 2-hour layover in Albuquerque, which is where I will commence to get hammered. I will have a green chili bacon cheeseburger in front of me, and they have a little microbrew spot in that I spent a lot of time in the airport. It's a good airport, actually.
That gonna be a safe meal?
No.
Up in the air?
No, it's not.
He gonna be blowing up the spot up there, man.
The best offense is a good defense. And you got to fight fire with fire.
There you go.
Even if that fire is methane gas, I'm fighting it. I've never taken a dump on an airplane.
Whoa, there's always a first, man.
I'm about to fly the unfriendly skies on Sunday. Maybe this is how I finally get a seat open up next to me.
Oh,
we'll see. I'm leaving a little early in the weekend for this to be a Raider Nation flight. I don't expect there to be a lot of Raider fans on this flight. It's not a direct flight to KC, so I was hoping for that. But maybe the flight back, I'll have some Raider fans. I'll post some pics of the airplane. That'd be cool.
That'd be dope.
But yeah, man, we're going to be out there. Lot N for Nation. That's what we're going to be.
Yeah.
From what I understand, Raider Nation takes over Lot N. I know there's going to be an official tailgate out there. I've seen the flyer. There's going to be, I think, in the Power and Light District, which is where everyone tells me to go. Apparently, it's like a big shopping mall, but it's only bars and clubs.
Ooh.
So there's a party out there on Saturday. Cliff Branch is going to be out there, probably wearing an all-leather jumpsuit, from what I understand. And I think Lincoln's going to be out there. So I'm going to try to say what's up to Kennedy. I've seen him a couple times on the tailgate. He's been on the show. We're going to try to get him back on here. He's been real busy this season, which he should be. Chalk Talk. He's excellent. A few other Raider greats. And then earlier in the afternoon, Tom Flores is going to be at a hotel signing autographs and taking pics with fans. So I'm going to try to get out there and say what's up to Tom. Should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And from what I understand, he didn't make the cut again this year. So
surprise.
He didn't even make the final round, folks. But it's a tough class this year. It's a pretty good class. So it's a tough one. But hopefully we get him in there. Definitely needs to be in there. 2-time Super Bowl winning coach. First Latin American head coach in the NFL, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, hopefully you get a pick there with Tom Flores and let him know about the podcast because he needs to be listening to the show.
Let's get him on the podcast, man. Get him on the podcast.
I need to slow my roll. But, yeah, man, so this will be cool. I'll be kicking with Gent. A lot of people hit me some cool barbecue spots.
Oh, yeah, KC, the barbecue spots, man.
I'm going to try to get a steak while I'm out there for sure.
Bring one back.
They're a barbecue sauce territory.
That's right.
And
they're about the sauce out there, right?
I'm not a sauce guy.
They're not the dry rub?
No.
They're not about the dry rub.
Memphis, dry rub.
Memphis is dry rub.
Texas, a little bit of both. Yeah. A lot of dry rub. You go further south, it's more dry rub. But sauce in Kansas City. But I'm not a sauce guy. But if they're all about the sauce, I'll try the sauce. Sauce boss. I'll give it a shot. What are you drinking tonight, man? That looks like some heavy stuff.
Oh,
bro.
Yeah, super heavy, man. I got this La Croix. All right, it's sparkling water.
So you
with the essence of passion fruit.
Because we're all about that passion.
I'm all passion, man. But I had a cup of coffee earlier. That was my strong drink for the night.
Yeah, you were fired up too. When you drink coffee, you're like shut out of a cannon. I like it. I wanted to have a cup with you, but you already know my situation.
Yeah, you got to get to sleep, man.
I have 5 cups of coffee today.
Maybe that's your problem, right?
It's bad, man. So it's a never-ending cycle. I stay up too late, usually playing Madden or something, or watching film, and then I can't get up, and then it's coffee throughout the day, and then I get that 3 or 4 o'clock cup, and then I can't sleep and repeat. But I'll sleep when I'm dead.
There you go.
As a mighty LP.
We'll save that for way down the line.
That's it. I'll sleep when the season's over. I'm on that John Gruden regimen right now.
There you go.
So here we go. This is your injury report. By the way, Chase is not on the injury report, but he's also not on the show. He is perfectly healthy for those of you that are worried. Chase, I know you're listening, so shout out to you. He's in finals week. Kids always studying something. And, yeah, man, he's a human development, I think, is his focus of study. And I try to develop humans every day is what I told him in my job. So hopefully he's developing some offensive linemen.
There you go.
Or defensive linemen is really what we need right now. So let's get into it, man. This injury report. We'll go down the Chiefs roster right now. As you know, Peters is out. That looks like a real suspension because he's DNP Wednesday and Thursday. They are holding him out of practice. So I guess that pretty much answers our question from earlier. I don't know what the protocol is, but if he's not practicing, he's not playing. I know Andy Reid. Alan Bailey was a DNP Wednesday. He was limited Thursday with a knee. Defensive end Alan Bailey. Linebacker D Ford, as we know, DNP Wednesday, Thursday, and is now on the IR. Center Mitch Morse, dealing with a foot injury, has not practiced all week. Safety Eric Murray with an ankle, also out. Tamba Hali, dealing with a knee. He was limited on Wednesday, did not practice Thursday. So they're pretty banged up. Full go was defensive tackle Benny Logan and Steven Terrell, their safety. He's dealing with a finger. He'll be fine. For now. Try to tackle Lynch in the third quarter. That's how it looks with that finger hanging on by a thread. But we are not scot-free either. We got our guys banged up. We got Amerson is back to limited both Wednesday and Thursday with a foot. So we'll see if he can go this Sunday. It's been a while since the hammers come out. Danico Autry with a hand, one of those big hands. Was a DNP on Wednesday, limited on Thursday. I'm sure he's a go. He's going to wrap that up. He said it's not going to bother him at all. In fact, I like those big hands with a little extra wrap on them.
Hey, man.
Right.
Smack people around with those.
That big club out there.
There you go.
Feliciano still going through concussion protocol. He has not practiced all week. My boy Corey James, man, I read a cool piece on him today, dealing still with the same knee injury that he suffered in the Baltimore game. He was DNP Wednesday and Thursday, but he's been showing up on game day. So I don't know if it's cortisone or what it is they're doing for him, but James is getting out there, man. They're saying he's a tough dude. If you looked at him, and I'm talking about on TV, not standing next to him. So if Corey, if you're listening to this, no disrespect, but if you look at him, he doesn't look like he's got the build of somebody that's going to grind it out. He's looks more of a finesse type player, just his build and all that. But man, he's a tough dude. So shout out to you. Olawale still dealing with the ankle, DNP on Wednesday. He was limited Thursday. He did go, obviously, last week. Another tough guy. We're looking for production out of him. I know Olawale is a fan favorite. We'd like to see him get more involved in the game. Raiders have a great history of fullbacks. And even as recently as John Ritchie, who was the leading receiver on our team at one point as a fullback. So we always like the fullback out here in Oakland. We're keeping that position alive. Cordell Patterson, hip injury, did not practice on Wednesday, limited on Thursday. I do believe he's been dealing with that for a little bit too. Hey, it's that point in the season. Non-injury related, Woods and Wednesday for Navarro Bowman, Bruce Irvin, Khalil Mack, Reggie Nelson, and Marshawn Lynch. They were DNPs on Wednesday, and it looked like they're scratch on Thursday. There's just nothing listed there. So these guys are healthy. They're going to go. It's a lot of rest, though. But, again, it's that time of the season. And with the way that Pagano's running this defense, I'm not saying that they don't need practice, but it sounds like it's a lot less complicated and it's a lot more read and react. So, and these are guys that know what they're supposed to do. Reggie Nelson, God save him, knows what he's supposed to do. He just can't get there to do it on time. That sounds like me in the morning. I know what I need to do. I just can't get my ass out of bed.
It's cold, man.
It's cold.
It's cold. Don't want to get out of those covers, man.
But that coffee is so hot. So warm. Jihad Ward, defensive lineman for the Raiders, in case you forgot. Foot injury, did not practice on Thursday. It was a scratch on Wednesday. So we're banged up too, but I think for the most part we're good to go. Mari Cooper, I'd already mentioned, clear concussion protocol, so that's good for him. We were really worried about it. That was a bad shot, but as you know, he was knocked out before he hit the ground and twisted his ankle on the way down. So he's dealing with that, doing some running on the sideline, but leaving the field before practice commences. So we got one more day on Cooper. We'll see what's up, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about put him out there as a decoy, and I saw somebody responded. He's not a decoy. He's a big play guy.
Yeah. And
if he's on the field, I don't want him as a decoy. That we did that last year. It didn't work out.
Yeah. Yeah.
We want him out there catching balls and being a game breaker like he is, being a chief breaker like he is. You know what I mean?
There you go. So Crab will be back.
Crab will be back.
So we got to make it up somewhere, man.
Crab is back. He's fully rested. And he's out there. He's that hairdo. Just he looks angry, man. Right? That hairdo is full of rage. I don't know what he's doing with that hair, but I like it. I like it. I see you.
I see you.
So Matt McGloin came into a friend of one of our pillagers' shops. It's his friend's name's Raider Rob. He was in there to buy a countertop. He's searching for countertops. And he had a little something to say about the Oakland Raiders. He was very candid. And he said, JDR is a dick. And that's a quote. I know we try to keep it clean, and we haven't been doing a great job the last few weeks.
Don't be mad at us.
Don't be mad. 'Tis the season. Said JDR is not the nicest person, and I kind of get that. And being a coach, maybe you need to be that. So for all of you that think, oh, JDR is a player's coach, maybe not so much. Maybe not. Maybe the way he motivates is a little bit differently. He's a get-in-your-face type dude. You've seen him on the sidelines. Maybe that's not a surprise. But the one takeaway I got from his comments was that JDR has always ran the defense and Norton did not call the shots. That's coming from a former Raider himself. So there's a lot of rumor. There's a lot of speculation. That's facts right there, right?
Yeah.
Facts, B. Couple other things to note. He said Musgrave was a good offensive coordinator and could not believe that they actually let him walk. We've already touched on that. We speculated maybe he just wasn't a good fit for Carr. Personalities were different. They moved him up to the booth, whatnot. But he's a Bronco now, so have fun with Trevor Siemian. Said Downing's a good guy and a good QB coach, but he's likely in over his head at OC. And the rumor is now that Tice is getting involved in that offense, and maybe a good reason why we're going to see a return of the power blocking scheme. Because if anybody's frustrated, it's got to be Mike Tice. We've seen Mike Tice in a head coach duty before for the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know that he's an offensive genius, but he's been around the NFL long enough to know what works and how to make it work. And that's all it takes when you got talent. So you don't have to overcomplicate things. He said that he loves Reggie. And he isn't bitter that he didn't retain him. He understands. But he does like Reggie Mack. It says, good dude. Still hates all of our division rivals. Once a Raider, always a Raider. Says him and Carr still text regularly. Apparently Carr still friends with everybody. Carr texts everyone. And not texting me lately.
Where's the text at?
Hey, hit me up, Carr. What's up? Blue 80. That's your contact on my phone. That's how you're listed. I don't. People look over my shoulder. That I don't need them to know too much. Blue 80. That's all. If you know, you know. And Carr and Mackey said both genuinely good guys. Again, I think we already knew that. Mack looks like a solid dude, and we already know who Carr is, man. So let's give me some.
It's getting late.
Reverse that.
It's getting late.
Coffee's wearing off. Coffee, the Coke Zero, all that. Shout outs. M Shorter, X Rated, Juice, IR Johnny, Die Haters, Easy Ant 123, all on PJ4F.com. We got a lot of commenters. Join us on Twitter. We got Scott Winter, the Winter Report, Mario Tovar at Raider Ramble, and on IG, shout out to the Cake Twins, Kukui Raider, the fantastic Mr. D. Thanks for the follow today. Jimmy Carrillo, also thank you for the follow. And Nick Black on IG. Shout out to you guys, diehard Raider fans. I see you guys. And keep up the good work out there. Keep posting good stuff. I like the pictures. I like the family. I like the tailgate photos. I like the costumes. I like the face paint.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it all.
I like it a lot. Yeah, man. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, man. I just want to wish you a safe trip.
Thank you.
Represent us well.
I will do that.
Make sure to rub it in their faces when we get that W.
Oh, I'm going to be all in there. I'm going to be all in there.
And bring me back some ribs, man.
Oh, yeah. I'll try to smuggle a little something on there.
Bring me back some sauce.
I'll bring you a genuine KC fan rib. How about that?
There you go.
I'm going to reach in like Kano and just rip it up. Yeah. And that's it for this week's show, man. By the time you guys hear this, I will be in the air and on my way to KC.
There you go.
I'm going to represent for all of us out there, for all you pillagers, for all of you guys that listen. We're going to get this W. This is the first of a 4-0 win streak, as Che's calling it.
That's it.
And I hope he's right, man. I really do. I don't think he's crazy. I think that there's some truth there that can happen. I'm sticking with 3-1, but 4-0 would be mighty nice. No questions at all at 4-0. We're in at 4-0.
That's it.
Guaranteed.
4-0, we're in.
We're in. So this is Kenny Stapler, joined as always
by your boy Che.
We out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders.